Hello everybody. Today we have new guest on our YouTube interview. This is Rodrick Mutale, my good friend and the Kectil Zambia coordinator center, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Good. So today we will talk about business, about Kectil, about youth, about leadership, about everything. But before we start, I remind you that don't forget to subscribe to our channel, put like, and also leave your comment. That's valuable for us and important to see your support for us what we are doing. Okay, Rodrick, let's our little conversation today. We have really good view behind us. This
Yeah.
is Zambezi River, am I right?
Yeah.
And we are right now in Livingstone. Could you show more for our audience about yourself, a little introduce yourself and share what you're doing here right now with me that behind us Zambezi River.
Yeah. So we are in Livingstone, and we just came here to relax and also just to see some animals. And we just ended our 2-day international conference in Lusaka, Zambia, which brought about 350 youths for 2 days, which was great. We have great speakers as well. So the main goal was how can we nurture the next generation of entrepreneurs and business leaders by making sure that they have the knowledge, the networks that they need to succeed. So, which was great. So, right now we are just here at Latson Blue Hotel in Livingstone, and this is Zambezi River, which is a great river as well. Good view, good hair. So, it's just a fantastic time that we are having here.
Wow, great. How many businesses do you have?
Basically, I do a lot of stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Yeah,
Could you share
so
please?
well, one of them is that I'm a writer as well. So
Wow.
like I write books and then I sell them, and I also do some consulting where for people who want to write books, and then I help them through that journey, which is also a great source of income. And one of the other things that we do is that actually I work with friends through multiple businesses and also lines. And one of them is that we supply goods to companies depending on what they need. And I also lead Kectil Centre for Youth Excellence here in Zambia, and I'm also a board member as well. And right now we are now trying to enter into farming, which is great. We just secured a good land. Now we are trying to develop it. The reason is behind is that if you're talking about agriculture, everybody needs to eat, whether you are smart, dumb, stupid, foolish, everybody needs to eat, which is a great market, and that's what we are doing. But also, my next passion as well has been also just try to venture in energy solution. Here in Africa, we have some energy deficit, and also we are just that like drought here in Zambia. So this is what I think I'll be working on for the next maybe 5 or 6 months, try to get it up on the ground, where we are trying to look for alternative way to uh, provide sustainable energy, which will be my next venture, which is good. And I'm very excited to just continue learning and also just try to see on how we can provide solution to the continent. So I just do a lot of stuff, but again, you need to be very careful in terms of how you manage your time. So again, it's passion again. If you have passion, you are able to see where you can try to balance the time, which is also a great factor in terms of what you want to do. So like for me, I separate my time so well. Like if I'm doing something that will require me, for example, to consume my mind so much, I do it early in the morning. And I don't switch on my data, for example, so that I don't receive a lot of messages. So I do that maybe from 7 to 9, and then I'll do other stuff. So for those who want maybe to do a couple of things at the same time, it's okay, you can do that. But again, you just need to know how to manage your time so well. So for me, that's me. So I'm just trying to provide solutions, social, economical solutions to the challenges that we are facing here in Africa. So that's my passion. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. Thank you for sharing this information. You know, you said about time management a bit. That's Our youth needs to know how to manage their time. Could you share some 3 main tips that you would advise for our youth how they can manage their time properly?
Yeah, first, managing time, you need first to focus on what time of the day do you have like the best energy to do things. So like for me, even when I was in high school, I never woke up at the midnight to study. So I know that I only have a daylight to do like whatever that I want to do. So I think even now I know that early in the morning my mind is at the sharpest. So that's when I do like the most critical activities that I need to do for that day. So my morning is that I don't even allow people to disturb me, or my phone, I just put it away. So you need to know first what time of the day uh, is your mind the most sharpest. Because I know a lot of people, for example, they never tend to control on how they use even the social media and stuff. They like have it for the rest of the day, which is great, but at the same time I think it disturbs you. So you need first to cut out of the noise and make sure that you use your time very effectively. So for me, I do that. So it's just I cut out from the social media, and then I think I'm just alone most of the time early in the morning, so that I do the most activity that I need to do. So you need first to know even yourself, like what time is your mind where it is at its sharpest to do what you need to do. And the other tip could be, I think I think some of the maybe to-do list, like what do you want to do maybe the following day, and then just highlight those, maybe just list them, and then also just include the time, like maybe this time I'll do this time I'll do this time I'll do this. I think that helps. So, but if you just want to go in the following day without any plans, you just want to get there and jump in there, I think you'll be distracted by a lot of things. So, distraction is one of the most challenging parts that the youths are facing, I think, because the social media is just trying to take away that freedom to do the most important thing in life, because the notification that comes, you just want to see, I think, what other people are doing, what you want to do, or maybe what people want to say to you. So you should be able to control social media. So for me, I think those could be the tips. So just find out what time is your mind is at its sharpest, and also create something like I think a to-do list, so that you are able to make sure that you do the specific task at this specific time that you set. I think that helps a lot.
Wow, thank you for the wise advice for our youth. Now let's move our conversation a bit to Kectil Zambia
Yeah.
Center, yeah? And first of all, first question, what inspired you to do what you do for the Zambia youth, and when this journey started?
Yeah. So we started in 2021, and it has been an exciting journey. And the notion behind it, or the passion behind it, is just through my own journey. So when I went to school, and I used to be a very good student, by the way. I used to study very hard,
You
and
had
I did my
excellence?
first,
You had
yes.
excellence degree in your university?
Uh, I,
High
I think I might
performance.
say I got good grades,
Wow.
though what I studied was not like the bachelor's degree.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I studied professional courses. So like
Oh.
we never did like assignment. I think if you are in the
Mm-hmm.
university, you do like what we call here CA, you do the assignment,
Mm-hmm.
uh, thesis as well.
Yes.
But for us professional courses, we don't do that. Now you
Ah,
just
interesting.
prepare for 6 months, and then you write the exams at the end.
Wow.
So like my first qualification was banking and finance, then my second was SCCA. So with SCCA, it is a global qualification.
Mm-hmm.
So it started, I think, in the UK, and then it spread out all around the world.
Yes, it is.
And this
It's related to
is,
accounting, right?
yes, yes, yes. And also we write the same exam all around the world.
Wow.
So
I know about this system as I worked
y-
accountant.
yes, 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 yes. So like that's what I started. So I think it was also exciting. But when I graduated, I started looking for employment. Then I think I searched for employment for a while. Then I couldn't find any.
Wow.
So I was forced to put my qualification aside and then just decided to go my own journey. But again, in that journey, then I felt like I was betrayed by the system because me and my generation, we are taught that go to school, get good grades so that you can get a job. But once you follow that advice and then you are on the other side, did everything that they told you to do, you followed the rules, now again you can't find the job. So you become frustrated, depressed, and also a lot of stuff. So the inspiration behind the center, I think, came from my own experiences. And also, what can we do for the youth? Because if we don't act now to show the youth what's happening, where we are, and also where the world is going to be in the next few years, it is going to be a challenge for most youths to navigate. So we started that Kectil by making sure that we start training young people in entrepreneurship. So our model was totally different. It was not one man teaching the emerging entrepreneurs, but we created a tribe of entrepreneurs. So this is, for example, if you are a finance manager or maybe a chief financial officer, we bring you on board and then we tell you you'll be teaching young people about financial accounting or maybe financial management. And for example, if you are a marketing manager, we want you to teach young people about marketing and branding. And for example, if you're an entrepreneur, we want you to cover maybe the entrepreneur mindset. How do you navigate? How do you set up something? How do you conquer fear? I think, how do you build a team? I think, how do you access finance? So it is a tribe that we created for seasoned entrepreneurs. And then we started now releasing application forms where emerging entrepreneurs started applying. And after they did that, and then we selected the best ones. So when we started first, we were talking about 60 emerging entrepreneurs. Yes, that's the number that we started with. And then later on, we started increasing the number to 100 emerging entrepreneurs per cohort. So we learned this program for like 3 months. So like in 3 months, they need to learn what they need to learn. And then we graduate them. And then we open another application portal and then we take another cohort. Yes, so we do that 4 times. So we take in 4 cohorts in a year. So which is big job, which is big responsibility as well. So I think for me, I love it because I think we are trying to provide a solution. We are trying to let the next generation, impact. But I think, and also we need to understand where we are coming from as a country again. Most people never tend to differentiate between economical growth and I think I must say sustainability of the nation. I think so. Like I think let me just use this word, or maybe social welfare. So like if you get a job in government, for example, so the government is spending money on you.
Yes, it is.
So you are not adding any value to the country in terms of economical growth. But again, if you start a business, 1, you are paying taxes.
Yes.
To the government. 2, you are creating jobs. So now you are part of the economical growth. But again, if we're talking about social welfare, which is good, it's you get a job in government and you provide a service. But again, there has to be a balance because if you have more people who are joining the government, it is very hard to build economical growth for the nation. So now we need private sector to create jobs so that we can have more money to get in terms of taxes and also to create jobs. So that's what builds a country. But here in Zambia, for example, almost everybody who I think who went to college, they wanted to work in I think in the government, which provided good security. But again, if a lot of people go, I think in that route, which is good, but I think there has to be a point where I think we can't take more people there.
Okay.
So that we build the economical growth. So that's also
You
that
prepare a
tackles.
platform where young people started to grow, yeah, like entrepreneurs.
Yes, yes, yes. I think there has to be a balance. So like if you're looking maybe at the balance of payments, I think there has to be, I think, a balance.
Balanced debit and credit.
Yes, yes. Where we have like entrepreneurs who are building the economical growth, and also these entrepreneurs pay taxes.
Yes.
Yes, yes. That ends up like to create more employment, maybe for nurses, doctors, etc., etc. Maybe build roads, or maybe create conducive environment. So we need money. But again, if most of the people just want to work in the government, then who will pay taxes? And then where will the money come from to make sure that we have good roads? The government maybe build conducive environment. So it is very hard. So it is at this particular point in our time when we need to change our mindset. Say, how can we build the private sector? Because without a private sector, there is no economy, because the private sector, it is the one that pays the taxes, most taxes. So this is why even we are trying so hard, so that first we change the mindset. Second, we try to give the youths the skill set, which is important. Third, we try to make sure that the youths understand the ecosystem.
And they are able to implement all the skills and
Yes,
knowledge.
yes, yes, yes. I think we need to understand like how economies works. Now, because if you go to college, but again, you don't understand how the economies works, I think how can you change what you don't know? It's very hard.
That's true.
So first you need to have like the full big picture of what's going on in order for you to make a move. So this is also what we are trying to do. So after we train them, and then there are some maybe who have like a brilliant business ideas. We have some partners that we have created, and then we channel them to pitch for their business ideas, which is great. So there are some who doesn't need maybe funding, but they just need more mentorship. So again, we connect them to entrepreneurs for further mentorship, which is great. Because if, for example, you are just in the mentorship class where maybe there are more, maybe 99 others who are entrepreneurs, but your business is different, and also maybe it requires like different approach. So once we figure like those kind of maybe synergies, we try to make sure that we take those young people, like potential young entrepreneurs who are coming up, and then we try to find the perfect fit for the mentors to mentor them, which is great. So that's what we have been doing. Also, the numbers have been growing, and more people want to be part of it, which is great.
Yeah, that's really good. You know what I'm curious in? Do you have some stories, success stories of one or two participants that completed this program and built their own business, and right now they are successful? Could you share, please, one of them?
Yeah. So there's a lady actually, like her business is just totally different. So like before she came in, she had this small business which was happening, and she actually used to take young people to provide like the maid service, where there are some of the people who are very busy, maybe they don't have like time to babysit their children, but again they need like a professional people to handle maybe their kids. So like she developed just a different model where she wanted to provide the best service.
Wow.
And after that, again, she built a team, which is a great team and everything. But again, she needed also some funding. So we channeled that to Zambia Business of Angel Investors. And then from there, she got the funding. And also now our business has been expanding, which is great. So the reason why I gave that example is because most people, they don't try to think different, or maybe they just want to do some things which are already in the market, or maybe more common. But again, you can find something which is maybe people don't pay attention to, but it is the most challenging thing most people are going through in their lives. But you just go there, you provide a service. So we have more fascinating stories at Kectil Centre. Most of them, they we're even given like job opportunities. So there are some youths who I think who have some business ideas, and then they mentors saw that, okay, what about if you come work in my business because you want to do maybe the things that I've done. So come work for me for a period of time so that you learn the system. So I think once you are given that opportunity, it is great.
Yeah, that's really
So
awesome.
for most entrepreneurs, for example, there's this kind of things where they say, I think entrepreneurs come from not want to take the rules, you just want to go on your own. But again, entrepreneurship is creating a system. So in order for you to create a system, again, you need to know the rules.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is great because the system, it is the one that handles the people. And also the system helps you to create a culture.
Yes.
And also the values. So you need to know that. So once young people, for example, those ones who are just coming out from the university, they are from the university, but they have a business idea, and then those are the opportunities that we also connect them. So we signed an MOU with a couple of organizations that are willing to take young people just for them to run the system, and then they could go back and now focus on building their business, which is great.
That's really great.
Yeah.
Wow, you're doing really good things for young people in your country.
Yeah.
You help them a lot of just for getting some skills that they will be useful for their jobs or their business. And you also mentioned during your speech that also important thing is mindset, entrepreneurial mindset. Could you share more for our viewers what does that mean and what the key points related to this mindset, how they can change their mindset or how they need to work with that?
Yeah. First and foremost, I would like to say that we tend to say that we are creatures of choices. Like we tend to make choices whatever we want. But again, I think if we look at our lives, we are like programmed creatures. Like we do the same things every day. Then we just tend maybe to make few decisions in a day. Our psychologists actually say that we like live programmed life about 95%.
Yeah.
Only 5% of the day we make choices. So just imagine, for example, if you have not programmed your mind to do good things or maybe to have good habits. So it means that 95% of that day you are just going to waste it.
Wow.
So only maybe 5% of the day. So
only 5% per day we just working, hardly working, making decisions, strategy something, and then we just waste our life.
Yes, so the 95%.
Yeah.
And we just do like, I think we are just programmed just like a computer. I think just to do the same stuff. I think every day, you know that I think this time I'm supposed to eat, you go there and you cook, you do that. So sometimes now you do even things without thinking. So again, in psychology, there's what they call conscious mind and also unconscious mind. So the conscious mind is your brain that you use to write the exams. Where like you go in, you write the exam, you pass with the distinction and stuff.
Thinking, hard thinking, and trying to pass this exam.
Yes, and also the conscious mind only have about 5% to influence the future.
Wow.
But the 95% come from what we call the subconscious mind. In the conscious mind, this is where the habits are stored.
Got it.
The habits and also the values and everything. So I think like for us, for example, me, I come from the Christian background. There's even a Bible scripture that said, as a man thinketh in his heart, not in his mind, so is he. So there's what we call the heart and also the mind. These are different things. So this is what I was saying about the conscious mind and also the subconscious mind.
Got it.
So the subconscious mind is actually your habits. And also once you make some money, it is your habits that determines whether the money will stay.
Yeah.
And I think or not. So once you have some money, you know that I think I need a new laptop. But again, if we check, maybe again the laptop is there. You just want to buy another one. Maybe I think I need to do this. Maybe I need to buy this. The habits. So it is the subconscious mind that determines 95% of your life.
Wow, that's a
lot. The conscious mind is what you use even to write the exams. So this is also where like we find most intelligent people again They got good results, but again, they never even seem to make it in life because they never built the subconscious mind,
Got
the
it.
habits, they like values. So even at the Kectil Centre, we are trying to communicate with the young people, for example, that look, if you take away everything from a successful person, but leave him with his mindset, I think you'll find a way to be successful again because the mindset, he has like a successful mindset.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if you give a poor person everything and then leave him with his mindset, I think he's going to lose everything
For sure.
and then become poor again.
Yeah.
So mindset, it is the most powerful component to become successful in, I think, in whatever that you are doing. So this is also what we are trying to incorporate in young people. So build your mindset first,
And then
because
bring
without the
something.
mindset, you are not going to do anything with internal significant, which is great. But again, the mindset is not just enough. Now you can have like a successful mindset or maybe millionaire mindset of maybe whatever you have some money, you don't want to spend it. Maybe again you want maybe to invest it, but you also need to incorporate what we call skill set.
Yeah, we need it.
You have first the mindset. Now we're talking about the skill set. Now you may have the habits of maybe, for example, not to be spending the money enough. But again, the skill set is what determines if you have the ability to grow your money again. And this is where you tend to learn about other skills, maybe other financial investments on how to grow your money again. But again, the skill set, again, it is not enough. Now you need also what we talked about, the ecosystem.
Yes,
Now you need
environment
to
for that.
understand the market.
How it works,
Yes.
competitors,
Yes.
target audience, whom you're selling and how they thinking, right?
Yes, yes. And also just try to understand the economy itself, like
Yeah.
I think where it is coming from and also where it is now and also
And
where
how
it is going.
manage it.
Yes.
Because if you don't know how to manage your money, you will lose everything.
Yeah. So so the mindset is the most powerful thing that we are trying to instill in the young people's mind.
Wow, that's really great.
Because without it, I think there's no way we can become successful. Just like I talked about it. And you
Yeah.
can get good grades in school.
Yeah, that's true.
But that only influences 5%
Wow.
of whether you become successful or not. But the other 95%, as psychologists said it is determined by subconscious mind.
Wow.
That installs
We
your
need to work
habits,
on that.
attitude. Yes, attitude is very important. And also, I would like to say this. There's a game we used to play in college. We used to take the alphabet, right? It has 26 letters.
Yeah.
So we used to say, okay, I think let's take the letters and then number them like, for example, A, it's 1, B, it's 2, C, it's 3.
And until
And then,
26, right?
yes, yes, and then we could say, okay, come up with the number and then try to add everything if it adds up to 100.
Wow.
Yes, you can take love. I think it doesn't even add up to maybe about 80. Maybe money, or maybe I think a lot of words. You can just try to play a game, but there was just one word which added up to 100. That was attitude.
Ah.
So your attitude is what determines whether you are going to succeed in life or not. Because if you have long attitude, for example, you can't learn.
Yeah, that's true.
I think if you have long attitude, you don't even respect the people.
Yeah.
You can't learn. And I think one of also the factors is that you can't learn from somebody who doesn't respect. You need to respect the person in order to learn from them.
Yeah, that's true.
So the attitude is what determines whether you learn new skills. I think it is the attitude that determines how you handle people. It is your attitude also that makes sure that maybe if you have an opportunity, how you utilize it. It is your attitude that makes sure that you manage even your finances so well. So the attitude, we focus on this, I think, more often even in the forum, because without the attitude, there is no way you can cross to the other side. Yeah.
Wow, thank you for sharing such things. You know, right now I'm starting to think I have to upgrade myself and I have to get more skills.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really good. You know about what I want to talk about your two books. I read
yeah.
them. You know that I read it, even recorded video feedback about them.
Oh, wow, great.
Yeah. First of all, how you get inspiration to read two books, and could you please press story how it started
Oh,
and
yeah.
have you published everything? Just for our viewers, we will leave all the link for Rodrick books in our description of the video, so you will be able to take a look on that and even buy.
Yeah, so, there's a saying that says that we don't choose our fate,
Mm-hmm.
but fate chooses us.
Really?
Yes, so I think in life you need first to know what you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then that thing that you want to do, and then it ends up choosing you.
Oh,
So I think there's that kind of marriage that happens there.
I thought that first of all we need to know who we are.
Yes, yes, yes. I think after you know who you are, and then you trying to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's that quotation for Steve Jobs that you love. That I think if you
Love your
want,
job,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you never will work.
Yes, 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 yes. I think it says that I think in order for you to do a great job, you need to love what you're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes,
I love my job right now, and I don't feel that I am working full-time job.
yes, yes, yes. So I think it starts from there. So like for me, when I was a kid, for example, I used to take a pen and the paper.
Mm-hmm.
So now whenever I see something great or maybe just interesting, I could
Mm-hmm.
just I think write it on a piece of paper. Then I could just write it in the notebook. I think I grew up with that habit. So I at that time I never even thought that maybe one day I would start maybe writing books and stuff.
Oh.
So now you grow with that habit, you keep recording,
Mm-hmm.
you keep writing. And also you keep reading books.
Yes,
Yes, so like for
indeed.
me, since just like we talked about the mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where like you build your habits. So
Yes.
once you build your habits, you don't feel that you are working because your mind is programmed. You
Mm-hmm.
only feel that you are working if you're using your mind because you get tired.
Yes, it is.
And also like you are able to do something
Mm-hmm.
where you know that I need to think, I need to do things. But again, if you're just doing something without even realizing that you're doing it, I think it's just part of you.
Wow.
So yes, that's my story. So like for me, I can write, maybe I can even write like all day, maybe I just maybe research, reading and all that. So that's part of the habits, a
Mm-hmm.
subconscious mind. I think I don't need to force myself, like let me just sit and start writing. No.
Mm-hmm.
And also sometimes I usually go out, maybe sometimes maybe I just see something so funny, maybe people are having conversations, maybe they do that. So
And you
I
starting to write down everything.
yes, yes, yes.
Wow.
And also you need now to take that story
Mm-hmm.
to make your point. So I think in writing
Like
there is what we
summarize
say.
everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Actually, in writing there is what we call never make a point without telling a story, and never tell a
Oh.
story without making a point.
We always need to have storytelling, even in
Yes,
our social media.
yes, yes. Storytelling now, I think a lot of corporations now they
Yeah.
are incorporating that. So, and you need to have a story behind, even in your marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I think people connect more to stories because the way our minds are created is that we like see things in pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if you just tell somebody, I think you just go maybe to the numbers. You just tell somebody this. They don't tend to understand that. But
Mm-hmm.
again, if you use a story, for example, or now somebody I think made a lot of money, and then or now they missed out the opportunity maybe to invest
Mm-hmm.
in the right investment vehicles. People relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
So stories are powerful. So for me, I tend also to find stories. So once you program your mind that I think I'm a writer, I think I'm what, so I think it just become natural where like everywhere I'm at, maybe at the party, maybe I just go maybe to the mall, maybe I'm
Mm-hmm.
just at the conference, maybe. So
So
for
you're
me,
catching up different stories,
yes,
combining them, and
yes,
you're making points, I mean, impactful
yes,
thoughts.
yes, yes,
Wow.
yes, yes. And also that comes naturally. You don't need to force yourself because
When you have mood for that. It depends, right?
no, 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 it doesn't depend. Sometimes you can see something and also maybe one of the days you might not even realize it. And then as you are writing maybe a story, and then that story comes back.
Oh.
Yeah, yes. So like I think it is the mind how you program it again, just like we talked about.
Yeah.
Where you program your mind. So again, the mind doesn't just program by itself. And you need to be intentional, for example. Now there's some people say that you develop maybe an habit maybe 90 days. Where, for example, if you say, okay, from today, I'm going to be intentional where I'm going to be reading just 1 page a day.
Just 1 page a day?
Yes.
That
I
will
think
be
just
enough?
yes. Again, you are developing an habit. You
Ah.
don't need like 50 hours or what. Just you just read 1
From
page a day.
small steps.
Yes, and then tomorrow, the other day, yes, just do it for 90 days.
Wow.
Until it becomes a habit. So like if you don't turn it into a habit, it is very challenging.
Yes, it is.
So like if we want to change our lives, I think we need to change the way we think. And the way we think changes the way we act.
Yeah.
And the way we act also determines our future again.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And really great point, just for remembering. For our interview, I checked your LinkedIn, all your bios, search internet, finding information about you, what are you doing, what awards you got, and I realized that you had one really good nomination for the Zambian Man of the Year Award and the African Startup Ecosystem Building Awards.
Yeah.
Could you share your feelings in that time when you got this, and what worked, or what kind of programs, initiatives helped you to get these awards?
So like for the Zambian Man of the Year Awards, I didn't win the awards first and foremost, but I was nominated, which was a great honor.
Wow.
And it comes once a year. So this is where I think now, the world is shifting, where they are trying to promote more women. So we have more awards for women now than for men. So this is an initiative that just focuses on men. Like let's find men who are doing great work, and then we just honor them. So this is just one of the initiative which is there here in Zambia. So I got nominated in the humanitarian award for the work that we are doing at Kectil Centre for Youth Excellence, trying to raise the next generation of entrepreneurs. So just like we talked about, this is a non-government organization. So like the youths that we choose, they don't pay anything. Now we train them for free. The mentors come to mentor the young people for free. So this is a charitable organization that we are learning, and also just trying to give back. And so that was the first award. And then the second one, it was the Startup Ecosystem Awards that was held in Nairobi. So this is where they try to celebrate the startup ecosystem builders in Africa. So it was held in Nairobi just in November. So for that one, I was nominated actually in 2 categories.
Wow.
The startup ecosystem builder, and also as the youth connector, youth of the year.
Wow.
So for the startup of the year, I didn't win for, thank you. For the startup of the year, I didn't win the award as well. So the award that I won was the Africa Youth Connector of the Year, actually, which was a great honor. So yes, and actually didn't even expect to win, because there was a lot of young leaders from different countries, and also the selection process is just different from the social media kind of awards, because they just take about maybe 20% votes, but the other votes are determined by the committee, and that actually try to check the works that you have done, and then they try to assess whether you whether to get the awards too. So yes, so I think that was about the awards. Yeah, for last year, and maybe this year we look for more.
Wow. I will looking forward for that.
Thank you.
And we'll congrats you on the social media.
Yeah, sure.
That's really good. So I have a last question, like not last, before last question, because we have little tradition, and as our viewers know that we have little tradition at the end of each interview. I have one specific question to each guest that we invite for our interview. So last questions, could you share some of key takeaways that you learned during your career experience, life experience, like 3-4 lessons that you would like to share for you that will learn from you a lot of really great things and will manage how to work in their life and get better things in their communities?
Yeah, so the first point, I think if you are young, what you should focus on is how can people take you seriously?
Oh, that's true. Especially if you're starting your career as a consultant.
Yeah. So now you need to make sure that people can take you seriously. So like if you are doing something and then you just go to them and say, I'm doing this and this, maybe I need support, maybe I do this. Can people listen to you?
Yeah.
Can people pay attention to you? Can people vouch for your name? Can people recommend your name? So like in my language, we say, what about your name? So like if you are young, what does your name represent?
Yeah, who you are,
Yes.
first of all.
Yes. Actually, in accounting, we call it goodwill.
Oh.
I think if you look at the financial statements, right, the first non-current assets that is recorded there, it's called goodwill.
Yeah.
Now, goodwill, it is invisible asset. So this is where, for example, if you have built a company and then there's that brand that comes with it. So like if you wanted to sell it, people know the product.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is the correct first in the financial statement.
So first of all, who you are, how you represent yourself.
Yes.
Okay, second point.
And also, before I just say the second point, in marketing, that's, I think, goodwill, we call it branding.
Yeah, personal brand.
Yes. So the second point could be, you need to know how to build relationships.
Networking.
Yes. I think that's also very important. But again, it is not just about you trying to get things from people, but again, how do you
share something for them?
Yes.
And what are you able to share for others?
Yes. So like people love to attract resources, and then they repel problems. So like if you are one of the people that always blame problems to other people, people wants to get away from you. But if you're one of the people that provide solutions, people wants to be around you.
Yes.
So like as a young person, how do you try to be a problem solver rather than a problem giver?
Okay, I
So
got it.
yes, that's very important. The other thing is, we are living in a global village now.
Yes.
So whether you are coming from the village, or whether you are at a small school, or whether somebody is at Harvard, you are in the same game, playing the same game, competing for the same opportunities.
Yes.
So now there are, for example, programmers that I know here in Zambia, and they are working for corporation in the US, just virtually, right? And they are also getting the same money that people in the US are getting.
Wow.
So now you need to package yourself to that point where you are a global asset, not just a national asset. So to do that, you need to know a lot. You need to read. You need to know what's going on in the market. And you need to know what's going to happen.
Not in your country, but globally.
Yes. And also that's very important, because I think even the way now people are building, for example, at hotel, we are at this, I think, very beautiful resort.
Yes.
And also, but again, if you go to the restaurants there, they will ask you different kinds of food. Where, for example, if you come from the Ukraine, you can find something to eat there.
Yeah, we can even ask to cook that.
Yes. And also, like if you're a local person, you can eat in Shima there.
Yeah.
So like they tend to position, for example, the resort for the global consumption, not just for the local consumption. And also, which is great. And also now, people from different kinds of the world come here, just like those
to be here
people were talking, I think, in
Polish. Yeah, today we met
Yeah,
people from Poland, from
yeah,
Russia, I guess,
yeah,
because I saw Polish language, Russian
yeah,
language. Yeah.
yeah. But again, that didn't just happen.
Mhm.
Somebody has to take the lead to say, okay, what do we need to create here, and also what kind of the market can we get?
Mhm.
So somebody was behind it. So
Yeah.
even at the personal level, that's what we need. Now we need to be able to understand the global market, what's happening.
Mhm.
So once you understand first your local market, and then you go to the global market,
Yes.
so
Indeed.
that you are able to understand what's going on.
And
And you
that
cannot
helps.
change what you don't know.
Yeah.
So that is the power thing, because if you don't know something, opportunities can be just passing through every
Mhm.
day. Actually, there's a point they usually say that poor stand for passing over opportunities repeatedly.
Mhm.
So poor, right? So I think that's what happens if you are not a don't possess that global mindset and skill set,
Mhm.
and also the ability to understand the global ecosystem. That's very important. You need to know where the world is coming from, where it is, and also where I think where it is going.
Yeah.
So as a young person, you need to do that. And also, just like we talked about attitude,
Mhm.
it is the anchor to everything that we do.
Mm.
So like it is more like a tree that you build, and also the birds come to eat
Wow.
the fruits, and everything.
Mhm.
So like if you don't create that strong, great attitude to dealing with the people, it doesn't work. Because if you know how to do the job so well, you are well informed, you know the job so well to do, but again you
Mhm.
have terrible attitude. So what
Mm.
happened is that people stop to recommend you for gigs.
Yes. Indeed.
Yeah. So I think those could be the top points.
Wow, great. Thank you for sharing that wise points. I hope that for our viewers it will be useful and they will use it for their career growth.
Yeah.
And our final
Uh-huh.
question. We have little tradition. Before we
Yes.
finish any of the interviews in our
Yes.
YouTube channel, I always ask our guests to provide one message to the youth that they want to share for them and inspire them to do really great things in their communities. What's your message?
So the message is simple. You are on your own. Nobody's coming to rescue you. So whatever decisions you make, whatever you want to do, you are on your own. Until you understand that. Actually, I heard something some years ago that somebody said that in our village there are 7 songs.
Mm-hmm.
The songs tell us that the same thing. The same songs tell us that the same things. So these are 7 songs that tell us the same things. The message that the songs tell us is that once you are close enough to
Mm-hmm.
achieve what you want, the universe, that's when it reaches out to help you.
Yes,
So,
it works in that way.
yes. So, if you don't man up and say,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm doing this, I'm on my own, where you take responsibility for your actions,
Mm-hmm.
now you know that you need to do these things, now you know that you need to plan, you need to do all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you don't do that, the universe won't reach out.
Mm-hmm.
So until you man up, you woman up, and then you just go to do what you want to do. So this is the simple message. You are on your own.
And try to do something.
Yes. Until you do something, that's when the universe opens up.
Thank you very much for sharing such inspired thoughts during our conversation today. And first of all, thank you for your time that you found for me for our interview in
Yes.
the Livingstone, in our resort that we right now in
Yeah.
close to Zambezi River
Zambezi
and
liver.
Victoria Falls. And you found time for just this interview to share your experience, your thoughts, um, your lessons, yeah, to our viewers, that they will be useful for them. So before finishing our interview, I am kind to remind you, all of our viewers, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share your thoughts about today's interview, your
Yeah.
questions, we will answer to them, and also put the like on our video. Thanks.